Guys, welcome to the third session with Violet. Violet, do you wanna say hello to the YouTube community? They've really been enjoying the coaching session with you, and we are appreciating you allowing us to use your coaching session as an example for a lot of people to learn from.
I'm happy to hear that. Hello, YouTube, and hello, Twitch chat. Okay.
Right, Violet, today we want to focus on having coaching for supports, right? So we're gonna do the tier list for supports. Tell me which Pokemons you think you are playing the best, and then we're gonna do it step by step like we did in the previous videos.
I think Hoopa for me is S tier. Like I played really good, I think.
Okay, so for Hoopa, is your comfort pick, comfort support?
Yeah, Hoopa and Blissey are my comfort supports. Hoopa, Blissey, Eldegoss maybe probably A tier, A or S tier.
Mm-hmm. What about Sableye?
For me, Sableye is like 0 D tier. I can't play this Pokemon.
All right, and Comfey?
I mean, Comfey can everyone can play Comfey, so I guess B tier. So B or A tier. Yeah.
And the Clefable?
Clefable is probably B tier.
All right. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna talk about the top lane matchup and which supports are the best supports. Okay. So it's good that you are comfortable playing Hoopa because at least in Europe, Hoopa is really prioritized and it's like an S tier support for us. So it's a really strong support and a strong side support. So I made the tier list already prepared, talking about who is strong top lane and who is strong a big top lane. So for Hoopa is a strong support. Eldegoss is a strong support. The reason why they are strong on top lane is because they are long range supports who are really good at punishing enemies by auto-attacking them or using their abilities. So Eldegoss passive is really strong. Obviously Eldegoss got a recent nerf, but it's still one of the best supports in the game.
Yeah, I think the nerfs don't matter actually. Like, of course they're like weird, but I think they should. Eldegoss is hard to nerf, in my opinion.
Yeah, so we had a discussion about the Umbreon, like if Umbreon is a S-tier Pokemon or a like fine Pokemon. And realistically speaking, it's a defender, right? The Wish gives the healing. So it's not like Eldegoss and Hoopa who are long range supports. It doesn't really have the best early game, so we're just gonna put it in the mid support as well. Obviously, it doesn't really have a secure on top lane, like unlike Blissey in Clefable, but it's still pretty oppressive after you're getting level 4. However, Clefable and Sableye, they're not really the best supports on top lane. It depends on the Sableye pick and the Sableye player who plays it. It can be a strong support, but realistically speaking, it's a weak support because it doesn't give healing, and it only works if you play really well on vision and you play with speedstars. Alright, are you familiar with the top lane matchups? Do you know who is a strong top lane, who is a big top lane?
Yeah.
Right, so I made a tier list already, I prepared it. Do you have any questions about the strong top lane, mid top lane, big top lane? Do you know why they are weak, why they are strong?
Yeah, I know.
So what do you think Leafeon is a strong top laner? What makes Leafeon a S tier Pokemon compared to the other top laners? At least in the early game.
Leafeon has a really good early game, and like at level 4, like Leafeon is, in my opinion, probably the best EV at level 4 and the best level 4 character in the game right now.
Yeah.
From the planets, and you have the best secure in the early game.
So
nothing can out secure Leafeon. You have like 60 or 70% secure range.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, if you play Leafeon, you have just a really good experience on top lane. You can match it with a lot of supports. You can match it with the Clefable or the Sableye or the Blissey or the Umbreon, or you can even play Eldegoss and Hoopa and have a really strong top lane, right? So it's a really good support. I mean, it's like support in terms of getting the value on top lane. Blastoise as well, one of the best characters in the game. It used to be Buzzball as well in S tier, but Buzzball got nerfed. So at least for the early game, I would say he's still one of the best top laners in the game. Strong support, I mean strong top lane. But compared to like Blastoise, who has a good mid game to late game, Buzzball kind of fall off. So he's still one of the strongest top laner. We can still put him in S tier for early game at least, but not for the mid and late game.
Yeah, right. I agree.
So Milet, if you wanna decide, for example, you wanna play Blissey in top lane, which is normally a weak top laner because he's not really good top laner. Which support would you prefer to play with the Blissey on top?
Eldegoss or Hoopa.
Do you think it's fine to pick the Blissey on top lane if you play against the Clefable?
Yeah, if I play against Fable, it depends if what the enemy top lane is thinking. Like,
Yeah.
if they play a Leaf, I shouldn't do it. If they play also like a weak or a mid top laner, I could do it. I could pick Blissey against the Fable, yeah.
So what does it say if you pick Hoopa? If you pick Hoopa, can you pick any top laner you want? Is this how
Yeah, I
it?
can. Like, Hoopa is good with anything.
Yeah. So basically, Hoopa allows you to have a lot of top lane matchups. You can pick a lot of Pokemon on top lane. Hoopa, compared to Eldegoss, has a secure lane, and he has like stun. So he has like AoE damage with the astonish and the stunning ability and the damage. So Hoopa is really good. But in terms of actual support, Eldegoss is a bit better because it has healing, and the passive is just really strong. Okay, so now we talked about the matchups, which Pokemon you can play. Obviously, you don't wanna combine the Clefable with the Gyarados in lane. It's just an awful lane, one of the worst lanes in the game. So don't do that. It just like keep a balance on top lane. If you wanna pick Savion, you wanna pick Hoopa or Eldegoss or Blissey. If you wanna pick Serena, you wanna pick Blissey, Eldegoss, Hoopa, or Umbreon. You don't wanna pick Clefable. The only time you wanna pick Clefable is when you pick Blastoise, Leafeon, or Buzzwole, or Lucario. To be honest, Lucario is also a strong top laner. I put him in mid tier, even though he's one of the best top laners. Just for the early game, Lucario is just really, really good. So he's also,
Lucario, in my opinion, better than I think it's Buzzwole is better in early game, like at level 5, but as soon as Lucario is level 11, it's way better than Buzzwole.
To differentiate the mid and late game is like a different opinion. But for now, the best top laners are Leafeon, Blastoise, Buzzwole, and Lucario. Even though Lucario has a weak late game sometimes, and mid game as well, he's still one of the best top laners. So if you play Lucario, you can play any support, to be honest. Alright. So now we talked about the matchup. Now we're gonna look at the actual map. So what does it tell us to play Eldegoss and Buzzwole? What do you think?
Wait, can I repeat it? My wife crashed for a
So,
second.
What does it tell you to play Buzzwole Eldegoss against Blissey and Blissey? How are we supposed to play the lane, and who is the winning top lane? In that early game?
Buzzwole Eldegoss is the winning top lane because we have the better early game. We can play aggressive because we can kill them. They can't really kill us. And because Blissey has legit no healing in early game. And Eldegoss has.
So compared to the Blissey and the Eldegoss, what we can do is Buzzwole, like Eldegoss scouts the vision on the bushes, right? Buzzwole goes to the bot lane bush. If you don't scout the middle with the support or the top laner, what can happen is the Blissey can go to counter score you, meaning you're gonna like do a big circle and score on the enemy base. So always scouting and like not splitting, like not going together is better, because you wanna get vision on the top lane side. And second, I threw the Buzzwole away. Alright, so after we get the vision, and you see that the Blaziken and the Blissey are trying to fight you, there is no way the Blaziken, if you contest the Voltoy in the middle, can win the 2vs2, right? You have one of the strongest top laners in the game. So what they have to do is probably play their side, like rush their side, and give like accept the fact that you guys are playing big top lane. So you just like play top lane. You wanna pressure the enemies and try to fight them instead of trying to play defensively. Oftentimes you see top lane matchups who don't really understand the matchup, where the Buzzwole and the Eldegoss play their side, even though it's a Blissey and the Blaziken, right? Like this is just not good. So scout the enemies, see what they are doing. Oftentimes in the competition you see that the enemies have an EV evolution in the enemy jungle, meaning the jungler will come at 940, which is pretty scary for you, right? You don't want to get catched by the Espion, even though you're playing strong top lane. So what you have to do is like just take the Voltoy and play your side. Respect that the EV evolution is gonna support the weak side top lane to get level 5. Do you have any questions so far?
No.
Alright. What is the next step after finishing the the early clear? You are boss mode, you're level 4, they are playing Blissey and they're level 3. How are we supposed to play this Fabulous in this fight when the jungler is coming towards top lane? What is the main goal?
If we have a jungler, or is our jungler also top, or?
If you play 5-stack, the main goal is to talk about, do we fight for this Fabulous? Do we kill the enemies? Do we pressure them? Or do we just flip the Fabulous?
I guess you go for the scenario if you have a Zorok jungle, so we can just run them over with Zorok, Buzzball, Eldegoss. They can't kill us.
Yeah, so compared to the Eldegoss and the Buzzball, if you had a Hoopa, you would be a bit more proactive. Eldegoss doesn't really have the best secure on this Fabulous, so probably what Eldegoss is gonna do is gonna A-press the enemies, and when it comes down to a secure range, Eldegoss is gonna try to combine secure with the Buzzball. So this is the one thing, like Swablu timers. For the 8-minute mark, what do we have to keep in mind? What spawns at 8 minutes, and what should we do as a top laner in support? What do you think?
Can you repeat this for a second?
So the 8-minute mark is approaching. What do you need to do as a support and a top laner?
We can talk who stays top lane, who stays spot, and who goes mid, because like it depends. Like if the enemies are both going mid, one of us can go both mid, or the top lane tries to stay. But as support, I should always go mid in my.
Yeah, so we just don't we don't go too many middle. Oftentimes you see two people middle, so just one of us stays top lane, and the other one goes to the Fabulous. Depending on the situation, if the top laner also goes to the middle, the top lane can rotate as well, right? So as a support, you have to keep in mind the timers when stuff is spawning. You don't really have a lot of stuff to do because you are a support, so you can manage the macro a bit better than the actual carry. Obviously, the carry also has to do this. So when the 7-minute mark approaches, a lot of people ask me, what do I have to do as a support? Do I have to rotate towards bot lane? Do I have to rotate towards top lane? What do you think is important for the support to do right now?
If we are winning, I can just let my top laner split push alone, and I go bot lane. Like I would go bot lane at 7 minutes. It's too late to go bot lane. I have to start walking. Either I help on the bot lane beef fight. So if I, for example, die at like
7:14.
At 7:45, if I die there, I just walk bot lane instantly to help my team at the bot lane fight.
Okay, if you see three people top lane, would you still walk towards bot lane?
If 3 people are top lane, no, I would try to support my top laner a bit.
So keep that in mind. So for the support wants to rotate towards bot lane to play for the objective on bot lane. But if there is a number advantage on top lane and the bot laner don't need help, the support, it's called hovering around the map, hovering around the middle to see what the enemies are doing. So depending on the enemies' numbers, you want to walk towards top lane or want to walk towards bot lane. So it's always a decision making, and you just want to keep in mind, okay, I can walk towards bot lane at 7:13. This is the fundamental, but I don't have to do it every time if no one plays for bot lane, right? In solo queue, it's different. So depending on the situation, you just want to play top lane side or bot lane side. Okay. What do you want to do as a support after taking the objective?
After taking the bot objective or the top objective? You mean the bot objective?
Yeah, just both. What is your main goal when you play 5-stack and you play support?
I want to see what my team does.
Yeah.
Like, usually when I play support, I see what my team does, who needs help, and I'm trying to help this members.
So the reason why you play Expedia is to give XP to your teammates, right? Top lane is really good. But what does Expedia cost you? You will not get ultimate until the second regular gear. So your main goal is to prioritize farming XP with your teammates, following up plays for the playmaker, the shot caller, etc. But also prioritizing that you want to get level 9 for the second objective. So depending on the situation, obviously if 4 people are bot lane, you want to stay bot lane. If 4 people are top lane, you want to stay top lane. You just want to hover around the map and scout, see what the enemies are doing, and give me information. So like as a support, your next goal is to get level 9, but play with your team. and like farm XP with your team. So just to keep you in mind that when you play XP share, oftentimes you will not see your level 9 until 4 minutes and 50 seconds. Alright, so now that we did this, obviously like playing for the Sableye timers, in the previous session we talked about this, like the Sableye timers calling out 550 for 20 Sableys. Stuff like this is really important. So what you have to keep in mind, Violet, when you play a long range support, is that you wanna keep in mind that you are not a melee support, meaning you can keep distance between your enemies and yourself. So when you play for objectives, oftentimes you see supports going melee range. The reason why they go melee range is because they think they can engage because they're just like trying to press A. But do you have to press A on the enemies? Not really, right? You are just a support. You want to support your teammates from far away, or you want to auto-attack the enemies when you feel safe. So it means...
Also, I don't think Blissey should go into the press basic. Like, Blissey should always stay with the carry. So if my carry goes in, for example, now you said we have a Zoroark. So if my Zoroark goes in and tries to ult, I just combine my ult. So I just run and try to help.
So what you just have to keep in mind, the same thing that the attackers need to keep in mind is front to back, that you play behind your defender and not let your enemies kill you. The moment you die in the game, it feels harder for the people to play because they don't have a support to play around. So front to back with your defender and your attacker. And depending on the situation, you wanna go in or wanna play it slow. Okay?
Yeah.
So obviously just keep in mind the Sableye timers when the Sableys are spawning. And for the late game fight, it's the same thing. You wanna play front to back. So the defender scouts the bushes. The Eldegoss camps in the bot lane bush or the middle bush, and the Espeon camps behind the support and the defender. You don't want to be in a situation where you face check the bushes and then you just die. So you always want to like keep in mind to scout the bushes for pull and puff, etc., and keep this in mind. You are a long range support who wants to keep distance. If you play melee supports, it's kind of the same thing, but it's a bit harder to do because you need to, like, you're just a melee support, right? Blissey can heal from far distance, but you still have at some point to go in. There's like stuff you need to just keep in mind. Okay, enough about the entire fundamentals about support. We're gonna play some matchups. Let me know which top laner you wanna play with, and then we're just gonna go from there. Okay?
Yeah. Okay.
Right. Enough about the talks.
Okay.
So which top laner do you want to play together?
I would probably first have to do a weak side top lane. So like Blissey Serena or something. Probably Blissey Serena.
We can try Blissey Serena if you want. Right, it was like a lot of information I gave you for this. So what we just wanna focus on mainly is the top lane matchup. Obviously in solo queue it's a bit different because this was just like for 5 stacking a bit more. But I just want you to keep in mind that if you play long range supports, you wanna keep in mind your distance between you and your enemies. And if you play melee supports, you wanna camp more in bushes. What if we wanna play Blissey Blaziken? You wanna try the Blissey Blaziken? In the chat they're asking how I can win a lane with Blaziken.
Sure, I don't mind. I know Blissey Blaziken.
Right, we are playing
we should ban Blasters. Militan is fine.
We can try to request it. It's a bit hard, but it's whatever. So depending on the draft changes everything, right? In draft, you can actually see who you're playing against and who do you want to pick. We're still gonna play the Blaziken Blissey if you wanna see the wanna see the laning. And then
okay, then yeah. I mean they went Umbreon already, so that's pretty good for me already. I'd say.
Yeah, Umbreon is good into Blissey, depending on the matchup, because it can just steal the Blissey shield.
Yeah.
They banned the Blastoise. Okay. We're gonna make the game a bit harder for ourselves by first picking Blaziken, okay? Okay, so while we are in the queue, I wanna show you something. Can you quickly look at the screen share again?
Yeah. I'm always looking at it.
So
Yeah.
If we want to play the Blissey lane, for all the people who are watching, they can also use this app where they can talk about the laning phase, talk about stuff with the support, etc. So if you
Okay.
play Blissey, what does this mean? We both have really good secure, but we both are melee characters who don't really have a lot of healing. So how would you want to like approach the lane, depending on the situation? What do you think can be a good option?
If they have a weak set top lane as well, I would just play it like both, like for example, yeah, like they have a Serena and Serena and Fable. We obviously have the better lane. I would just try to get the stacks, like for my
Exactly.
top lane.
Trying to
Try
stack.
to get the
If the Serena tries to
and
stack against you, you will just outsecure.
I mean, I
So,
would just play split lane.
but yeah, exactly. What we want to do is we want to play split lane. If they play weak side top lane, if they play strong side top lane, we have to play together and just try to secure our farm on our side and play it as slow as possible and let our jungler carry the top lane side. So playing split lane is important when you play weak side lane, understanding that both of them have really good stats and just getting stacks. So I'm not sure which lane we are playing against. There's like a lot of things to keep in mind, but split lane is like an option that you can do. You can play split lane, you can play together, you can just, depending on the situation, obviously like you have good awareness of what we want to do. So that's already good. Let's hope we can play top lane together. And if we play 3 top lane, it's also fine.
Okay. Much better Silver good, by the way. He played leftovers before, I think.
Usually you can play triple damage with Blaziken. If you play lane, you can play also focus band, which makes the lane a bit easier. You can play full damage Blaziken if you play with a Hoopa or Eldegoss, depending on the matchup. But if you play with Blissey, focus band is probably safer for the early game.
Yeah, but I definitely play stack now. It's fine. I don't try to stack.
If you play special specs Blissey, I would recommend you to play X speed because then the way you can stack is easier.
Yeah, I want to look at them.
Okay, who do you think, already in the loading screen, who do you think we are playing against? Who do you think is the matchup?
It's a duo queue. It's like, I don't know.
So it's probably like Dragapult or Talonflame jungle, right? So I'm assuming it's either Mime top lane or high chance there's a Cypher top lane.
Yeah.
So what we want to do is, I have a suggestion. So what we can do is, we can do the first and skip the second and do the doubles.
Yeah.
We skip the second.
Yeah.
We do the doubles and then we do the bottom left. We can do it instantly and then we can see what they do.
Yeah.
If we do that, so Violet, come here. We just rush it fast. 100 to 0. Right now. That's important. Yeah, now you can stack because you already helped me with the farm. So it's important to know the matchup, but it's also important to know what you're capable of.
Maybe we can call it on stack speed.
Okay, we both are stacking, then we just leave. Look at the middle bunny, it's spawning now.
Yeah, I know. I'm stoning them away.
Okay, do you have secure? We played?
Yeah.
Yes. How much for your secure, Mylan? The Talonflame is there, it's a bit scary.
I tried to push the Danger, but didn't get off.
It's alright. So obviously, like, we are playing weak top lane. Because we delayed the top lane a bit too much, the jungler was able to come in time. So what we have to do, Mylan, on top lane is, we have to play it faster.
Yeah.
The Talonflame is hinting, maybe we can kill him.
Yeah, I'm probably in fish.
Okay, let's ignore him for now. Be careful, we might not be able to play this for blues.
Yeah. But we can kill it. No, we can't.
Oh, good. So what you have to keep in mind when we play weak side top lane is we cannot play for swap blues. All we can do is try to steal it and then leave. It's really bad for you as a weak side to die on top lane. The reason why is the moment you die, the enemies will get even more XP. Okay, so Mine, what is spawning next?
But I guess in a competitive, it's really bad, right?
Be careful, we are double melee again. The middle bunny is spawning soon. We can combine secure. And now? Perfect. Okay, Mine, this time you can stay top lane and I walk towards the middle. So I have secure.
They're both going mid, I think? No.
Yeah. So Talonflame and the Cypher are both going middle. Maybe you can stack.
Yeah, I'm trying. I don't have points. I just need to skill something first.
Yeah. While the Glacian is fighting, maybe we can kill the Cypher.
Glacian's dead.
Yes. Then we're just gonna get the last sticks.
Should we split stacks or should I give you the stacks?
Depending on the situation, you can give me stacks, but here you just take the stick because we cannot afford to waste time. Just keep in mind, Milet, we are playing double melee. Double melee is really hard to play compared to double range or double strong side top lane.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna push it to your side, to the left.
Ah, okay.
Nice, you're level 7. Yeah. How much will you secure?
I mean, let's
No?
top lane. I don't know. I can't secure that from. I can't just make Comfey. I just need to healing because I only have 1 stack.
Well played.
My ability. I'm dead. Maybe? Oh, shit.
Yeah, they're really low. I mean, it's fine. And again, we are playing weak side top lane, right? If they try to abuse the top lane, don't get frustrated from losing the lane.
Yeah, I don't.
In the draft, we already made ourselves saying we will lose the lane by playing weak side top lane. So all we have to do is, Blissey and Blaziken is insane in the late game fight, right? So we will just carry the late game together. Okay, so we don't want to take the regular key. If you don't see anyone, you can just walk towards bot lane and try to support your teammates. Okay, good job.
I think we lost bottom already. It's over.
Yeah, maybe you can protect the Golem with them.
No, never. It's over. I think I can't win. Maybe
Yeah.
not.
I'm pretty strong, Milet, so I can carry the game. The middle Swablus just spawned, so I'm gonna play for the middle Swablus.
I got my Unite move. Oh, no, never mind. Also, it doesn't give XP.
So what we have to keep in mind right now, you don't wanna use your Night move until the second objective. Or like the top lane objective. You wanna reset? Wait, the top lane Swablus are spawning. We can take the top lane Swablus.
Can't do anyway, with stack. With stack, you can actually heal. Otherwise, I need level 10 to heal on Blissey. Because Blissey doesn't heal anything until level 10.
Okay, we can try to push this top lane in.
Wanna stun me? Sure. I'm gonna stack. I'm not gonna fully stack.
Nice.
Some 6-6.
Okay, we don't use ultimate here because we wanna keep it for the second objective.
Or maybe we'll go for fun, I guess. Okay, we have 6-6. I'm pretty strong.
Be careful, the stun flame is going hard on you.
Yeah. He doesn't like me, I guess.
It's very harder to play melee supports than like range supports, right? Because then you can just... It's a bit hard because you want to support your teammates, but at the same time, because you are melee, it's harder for you to actually support the teammates without receiving damage.
Should we play on top? Should I use my Unite for a top or should I keep it for bot?
Right now we can go top lane and then we can try to fight it. So, when you play Blissey, you wanna keep the Blissey Unite move for big fights like this one. If you use it at 550, we won't have the Blissey Unite. Let's start the objective. Be careful, Mime. Is disengage.
No.
Unite move Milet. Go. Play it.
Let's go actually go first.
Be careful. The objective, we set it. The enemies are still fighting us, so we can just try to kill them when they walk towards us.
I have to use my helmet. Okay.
Oh good. Like obviously in solo queue it's a bit harder to play weak side top lane and like supports because you don't know how the early game is gonna go. But depending on the composition it's gonna be fine. Okay, so what I want you to focus on Milet now is we're gonna protect the top lane go zone and try to camp more in bushes when you heal. So you receive less damage when they fight you, because the stun on film is just hard focusing you in the game.
I don't know even why it's hard focusing me actually. It's kinda annoying.
But it makes sense, right? Because you're the support. If he doesn't focus you, you will just spam my healers.
Yeah. Actually in solo queue I always, if the enemies have for example have a Comfey, I always try to kill the Comfey first.
Okay, one thing is, Milet, when you play Blissey, don't waste your X too much, okay? You wanna keep your X.
Yeah, I know. This is what I'm trying to do is actually I thought
Let's go.
I can use this.
Let's go.
Okay. I'm
Wanna try to reset? So, like obviously like we have like a lot of talking right now, but the main focus right now for you was to know where the enemies are. Try to count the enemies, and depending on where the enemies are, depending on this like where you wanna rotate.
Oh wait, Memo actually lived for a long time. Okay.
How much?
That's why I was scouting the red buff, 80% and 90%, you know. Top lane is
Okay.
really low.
90% for Unite move, okay.
Oh, I took them on accident.
Yep, I'm coming. Okay, what do you think we should be doing next? What is the next goal?
Probably because top lane doesn't spawn any objective point.
Yeah,
should
no
farm.
objective is spawning, so we can
Yeah.
camp in the bushes and maybe we can catch someone.
Get 5x already. Also, like if I play Blissey, I don't use my egg bomb. Only use it if
Yeah,
I
camp
play
in the
classic.
bot lane bush. Okay, be careful. There's a Cypher. They already saw us, so we need to disengage. If they hard pressure, we can try to kill them. Okay, Mine, look at this. I think we can try to kill them here.
Still my fail is nice.
Okay, let's push bot lane and just kill them. And then score. Okay, 21, 23. Okay. Now we're gonna go to the Rayquaza. I think we can try to flip it together.
They have Mew, though.
Yeah,
Mew
let's
is right.
let's try to secure together. I think we can try to flip it.
I only have one egg. I can't heal you.
Yeah, when you wanna try to use your ultimate, don't stand next to the Rayquaza. Stay long range,
Yeah.
so you can focus on doing the action secure. And now,
Okay.
Wait.
Got it. Okay, nice.
good job.
Yeah. Input there, yeah.
Okay, keep in mind you have a low shield. Don't run with the enemies, or you will lose your shield. Exactly. So even if you get the Rayquaza, the game is not over. You have to keep in mind that they can break your shield, and we just focus on that as well.
I think it's just 4.
Nice, good score. Well played. So what do you think, why the main issues in this game? Why did you have struggle in this game? Do we have to score first? Maybe you can score the 11?
Yeah, I didn't play around my vision. I didn't
Okay, well
play
played.
around.
I think we are winning right now.
Here we are.
Yeah, everyone is dead, which is a bit awkward. I think Sylvian is coming in time. 10 seconds. I'm not sure if he can protect both. We might be losing this game.
And we scored top lane, they didn't score top.
It's a close battle, so if he scores, we lose the game.
It was a close battle.
Yeah, it was a close battle. We actually didn't score that much. Okay, we lost. So, what do you think was the issue in this game? How did you feel playing this game? You just got perma.
I think I
attack.
played it a bit too aggressive. I should play it more defensively.
Hmm?
And yeah.
So as a melee support, but you have to keep in mind, like you said, you have to play it a bit more defensively. But just keeping in mind that you're a melee support, meaning if you want to support your teammates, you have to control how much X you are spending in the fight, so you have enough X to heal. But you also want to keep in mind, you don't want to heal the teammate so much that you will die, right? You want to keep yourself alive.
I mean, if I use Blissey, the healing gets shot between the ally and myself. So it's fine.
Okay, we're gonna quickly look at the VOD because I wanna explain you some stuff about the matchup. Because I think we played the lane not the best as we can, but it's fine because it's the beginning, right? We still have to understand what it means to play double melee lane, but it's what it means to have tempo in the lane.
Yeah, I think my problem with double melee lanes.
Yeah.
Playing I used to play support these days. Like usually I'm not support. I mean, it's Blissey support. I'm used to playing range support a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot easier, right? If you play range supporters, you just have to play from behind, heal them. But the moment you play melee support, it feels harder. Like you said, this ton of him is just hard focusing you for no reason. But there's a reason behind it. The reason he focuses you is because you are the healer of the team. So of course he's gonna focus you.
I mean, I'm actually not sure if he focused because I'm the healer, because it's a solo queue game.
Yeah, probably.
I don't think because I'm not sure.
Yeah, probably just what I think is right.
Yeah.
Okay, so already in the loading screen, what did we say in the loading screen?
In the loading screen?
Yeah. We are looking at the loading screen already. I think I skipped the draft. So we said that the Talonflame and the Dragapult is a duo queue, right?
Yeah.
What did this tell us that they are duo queue?
If one of them is on top lane, the jungler might is most likely gonna gank us if they're one of them is jungle and the other one is top lane.
So what
The
mistake did we do on top lane?
We played it too aggressively. Right?
We knew that they are playing duo Q, and like you say, if they play duo Q, there's a high chance the jungler is kicking the duo Q. So we didn't respect that the jungler was top lane. We didn't identify that the jungler has a Talonflame who does the jungle really fast. And second, our laning phase was playing really slow. So what I wanted you to understand is if we play double melee,
yeah,
we don't know who our matchup is, it is really good to rush the bottom left bunny. The reason you want to rush the bottom left bunny is because it just disappears. It's just gone off the map. After you take it, yeah.
And so most of the people always on top lane always want the ball type. But I think if you do it like this, it's always you get more XP because it's
you get more XP. You don't lose tempo of the map, and you can see who is running towards you. So instead of trying to identify who is the top lane with double melee, double weak side, we let the enemies walk towards us.
Okay.
So here we took the bunny, which is good. Then we tried to score, which is also good. But then you said you know that the bunny is spawning on 920. So why did we not walk towards the bunny, one-shot it, and leave?
I tried to walk away from them, like zone them away from the bunny.
Exactly, right? But do they have any secure in the lane? They're playing double weak side with no secure. We actually have secure in the lane, so they actually cannot do anything. So you try to steal the ball toy, which is sometimes a bait, because the ball toy is not giving a lot of XP. Our priority is to get the bunny and the other bunny, and then we get close to level 5.
Okay.
And because we don't play XP in the lane, it's easier for you to get catched.
Okay.
So we played the lane. Here, again, we are playing double weak side, so we cannot play for this for blues. It's impossible. Unless the jungler is ganking top lane, and he's strong jungler, it's impossible to play for this for blues. Especially when they have a Talonflame and a Cypher. So us trying to steal it makes us lose the early game on top lane because the enemies kill us, get the Swablues, get our bunnies, and score. So it was pretty awkward for me to play the bunny. So what you have to keep in mind is it's a bit easier to do it with long range supports because you can keep it in mind. But when did we do the bunny on the bottom left side? At 9:37. When is the next bunny spawning? At 8:37. Can I contest it? If I play it a bit better, probably. But it's easier to contest it if you are alive.
Yeah.
So this is for the early game. Bubbles as well is fine. Trying to score is fine. If you are not sure if you wanna stack or not, just look at the timer and think about what is spawning in our lane. How do we have to play the lane? Because right now we have to play the lane really fast because this Talonflame is just ganking top lane non-stop.
Yeah, I think the problem was I didn't know if you need to stack how many stacks you have. I think at one.
Exactly, but we never ever try to greed for stacks if we don't know where the enemies are.
Okay.
We didn't know where the enemies are the moment we were trying to stack. We knew that the Blissey and the Mime and the Mime were bot lane and the Talonflame was there, but we didn't know where the Dragapult was. Technically, we could greed for stacks, but just stack with me. It's whatever.
Okay.
So again, it's hard for us to play the Swablues. We played it well, we got our level 7. But then, keep in mind, you're a melee support. All you can do is trust me in the secure and trust me to help you to get secure. I pushed it to you to secure it. So all you had to do is try to hit it and run away. But the fact that you played Ninja Doll against that matchup was pretty hard. Because X-Speed allows you to play the top lane a bit easier. So we played for farm. Everything was fine because we just have to accept we are losing the game, right? So far. So we keep fighting. Everything was fine. We got some XP, we are level 11. What we have to keep in mind now is we delayed your ultimate to use your ultimate for that fight. So either tell me that you can use ultimate on me, or look for an opportunity for the ultimate. It's fine that we use ultimate together here, because I just wanted you to understand this, that's why we're showing this. Obviously, it's not the best fight. Our Saban is just bot lane and no one is helping us. It's solo queue, whatever. But to have the ultimate for important fights is important on Blissey. But
I think the problem was I wasn't sure if I should ult you or not, just by ask. But I think it was probably a bit miscommunication.
so what do you think about here? Because oftentimes when you play duo queue, if you're top laner or support, you don't really think about what is happening in the map. What do you think you should have done better here?
Here I should just already try to defend the bot lane and
Yeah. Obviously, you don't know if the bot lane is dying or not. In 5 seconds, it's easier because you can ask. But here, you have to be aware. Swabblers are spawning in 5 seconds on both sides. Bot lane is fighting. So do we have to play for top lane even though they're already dead? No, you can just go bot lane and try to stop them from scoring.
To go in the bush, check if they have red buff still, so I get the cooldown on the red buff, so I know when it's spawning.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
And then just instantly go base. So I didn't try to fight or something. I already know my memos. That's why I just left him alone.
So for the late game fight, what do you think went wrong here?
I played the Blissey. I should have not stayed in the pit because I can just get stunned in my Blissey ult.
Yeah, you can get stunned when your Blissey ultimate, and it's harder to aim the Blissey ultimate. So if you wanna look for a secure with your Blaziken, position yourself where you can ultimate the Blaziken, and don't stay inside the pit, otherwise you will lose a lot of HP. So good ultimate, but the ultimate wasn't on me. So what happened afterwards? What do you think went wrong here? We got the big quasar.
Yeah.
We were really struggling before. We got the big quasar.
Yeah.
What is the biggest mistake a solo queue player or people in 5 they can do? Is after getting the quasar, thinking they are winning the game. Every one of us is running together, not knowing where the enemies are, and you get the triple serve and destroys your shield.
Yeah.
So you lost your shield, so you can't score anymore. And because you lost your shield, okay, you scored. It's whatever. This is my mistake, by the way, because I thought to be honest, I thought also we were winning. So I wasn't really thinking about it, because I wanted to explain you what happened. But after you scored the 11, we should have focused on surviving, especially me. The reason we lost was kind of because I wasn't focusing. That was on me. But the initial thing is, when you get the quasar as a melee support, think about your value. Think about what you have to do and what you can do. You don't need to support your teammates. You have a shield. The main goal is to be a sneaky support who scores in goal zones. Or from ultimate even.
Okay.
Right. Did that help you to understand a bit more about the melee supports? Do you have any more questions?
Yeah. It helped a lot.